Hi! So, this is my second YouTube video, in which I really wanted to actually just introduce myself, which normally you do in the first video, but I felt it was more important to actually get something out there before I get stuck in my own theoretical quagmire about what to actually say. And I still don't know how to edit, by the way, so this is all getting done in one take. But also, anyway, also I presume that only kind of like a small subsection of my friends on Facebook are actually going to be able to see this, or actually ever watch this. But anyway, most of whom will have an idea of kind of what I'm doing and kind of getting on with. But that's kind of really all most people actually know about me. They only have a kind of like vague idea of what I'm doing and trying to get on with. And the main reason is because I only really have a kind of vague idea of what I'm trying to do and get on with. I actually I'm just basically kind of continuously, perpetually confusing myself and inhibiting myself because I'm trying to express my politics in a way without compromising their integrity. But I often feel the need to explain a series of kind of like really stoic and complicated like ontological and epistemological positions and the ideas that emerge from them, which are informed by the specific way that they relate to each other, which often means that trying to get like a kind of simple sort of like one sentence like concrete answer out of me is often like catching smoke, and I'm really sick of it. It's just like I know I have really good ideas to express and share, and then. And it's almost like though when they go, I kind of, it's almost like I see sometimes, like, metaphorically, like golden nuggets falling out of my mouth, but they're all just obscured in this abhorrent torrent of verbal diarrhea. And the point is that if your most brilliant ideas are obscured and all the crap that's just coming out all the time, it means that they're not actually anything special. They're just another lump of shit. It's like if they're just indistinguishable, if you can't do anything with them, then you might as well just like, it doesn't really count for anything. And then and the problem is that if all you can really express is crap shit, then like this kind of reoccurs and restructures you so that your verbal confusion reiterates itself as cognitive confusion. And it's something that I've been like, it's also something that's actually quite characteristic of my drag as well. And I've only got exceedingly mediocre makeup skills and sewing skills, and then incredibly grand ideas, which I mess up because I don't really have the support to be able to materialise them. And so what I do have, though, is I have a particularly exceptional brand of incompetence and mountains of enthusiasm. So it means that, thus far, I've always kind of, like, failed in a kind of slightly different way to someone else. And then I've pursued this like an incredibly cheerful, rabid dog to the point of absurdity. So it ends up being so far removed from the initial intention that it kind of achieves a whole new type of prestige, because it's just a totally original mistake. But like the green face, like it just happened and it's become my thing. If anyone else goes green, that's not going to be cool. It's like you can moonlight as being green. You can like, you can have like Halloween, you're allowed to be green, and you could maybe, you know what, you get 7 days a year where you can be green, and then if you do it any more than that, I'm just going to come in the night with a scalpel. I'm going to take your face. Because yeah, it's become a thing, but we've never meant to, and like I'm not actually very good at makeup at all. Like, hey, makeup. But the point is because I'm a green drag queen, I can get away with being full of mistakes, and it's fine. It's like none of this shit on my face is blended properly. Okay, it's like there's these big like color blocks, but that kind of goes out. But everyone's, I don't know. It's one of these things. There's all these drag queens out there just trying to be like sickening the entire time, and I'm not. I'm just sickly, and particularly sickly at the moment. But the point is though, it works for me because like the pink glitter with the blue eyeshadow and the little kind of like pinky orange tones in here, it's really picking out my conjunctivitis and giving me this really nice kind of pinkish tone across here that is that sits really nicely with the green and goes with the red. So yeah, it's like and I just think, and I think, I think it's great, and it's something I really enjoy, and it's like, and it's, I think that there's a variety of interesting perspectives and that we can arrive at through failure, and also a variety of techniques that you can learn and discover through being incompetent with things, because you can't find a lot of new ways around stuff. And And also there's a lot of empowerment you can take from shame as well. I think that there's like, you can really use that in a lot of ways to accomplish a lot of things. But also, the problem with all of those things is that while you can do great things with them, they're not actually sustainable positions. If they were sustainable positions, if shame was a sustainable position, it would no longer be shame. It would be it would be kind of success. And the point is that if you do something which other people consider a shame, but you do it so that for you it becomes your success, then it no longer is shame for you. And that's kind of like a different set of things. But like, you know, like, you make mistakes and you feel embarrassed and you feel ashamed, and people make you feel gross and weird sometimes, but you can use that loads of ways to like get things out. And you know, you can always like, and you can still see the stars from the gutter, but it would be a lot nicer to be looking at them from the Hilton. I mean, and be able to sort of do things properly and make them come out like you intended. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I've started this YouTube channel. It's like, it's actually a place where I can just get all of this, like, all the words out of my system, and I can share it with my peer group, and so that people can choose whether or not they listen to this and respond. It's a resource that can be returned to, rather than just another conversation at another after party where everybody's on drugs and everyone's going to forget what you know. Or you can remember that you had a really interesting conversation, but you can't remember any of the content. I've had so many of those. And also, I think the most important thing is that people, like, you know, often, oh god, my entire life I've always been called motor mouth, and I've always been told off for talking too much and talking too loud, being the noisy one, being the over talkative one, and so now people have got a pause button, and they've also got a volume control as well, and so I think that it will really enhance like my conversation, like the style of my conversation, where people can actually have that kind of like input to it, and they can just like, just when it's getting a bit too much, they can just go, time, like, and they can get a cup of tea and come back. And I stopped taking drugs for this reason as well, because I would just like spoke too much. But also as well, the other thing that I like about this YouTube idea debacle, shenanigan, is that I feel that there's the issues that I feel that I want to talk about and stuff like that. I can do it, but I can also include debates around like the locus of agency and different types of reason and logic at the same time, but actually be able to do it in a way that people can engage with. And once I learn how to edit things, oh, it's going to be so much better, because I'll be able to it'll be fabulous. But it's got to the point where I'm just sick of alienating people over politics and like my brand of politics, because I can't speak good enough for them. It's like all the theories that I'm so interested in are so much more complicated than I can actually just kind of get out. But the other side to this, though, is that it's actually a really serious one. Is I failed at my university degree. I haven't failed my degree, but I haven't got it in the first 3 years. I have to do resits. I'm not going to graduate till 2014, and I'm not officially a student as well at either university, so I don't get student finance. I don't get any of the student benefits. I'd have to pay council tax if I lived in a place, so I have had to move out of London and back home with mum. Yeah, but let's just take a tour around my room. Here we go. If we just, it's, oh, here we've got my books, and then, oh, it's just burst, like there's a ginormous pile of wigs over there, and then like sewing stuff and dresses, and then what happens if we go outside the door? Oh, it's exciting. Here we go. Wait, is that going to be good enough for you to see? Oh, yep. There you go. You can see the car. I don't know if you picked that up, but that was me closing the garage door. I'm outside because there's no room in the house for Michael. And I'm in my fucking mother's garage. I've like, oh my god, my entire life basically led up to the fact that I was gonna like escape fucking Norfolk and like this fucking backwater incestuous drab little county and be under the impression I go off to university and get a great grade and then have some sort of really nice like professional life in some sort of sophisticated urban metropolitan centre, and I'd live like a civilised adult, and I find myself back here, quite literally in my troll hole, officially dumb by the sense that I've fucking failed this degree, or the first 3 years of it. And with mummy, I'm in the fucking societal equivalent of the womb. That's what I've returned to. It's like, no, it's too hard out there. Oh, I feel just like such a twat. And then people say to me, "Is like, oh, but you have achieved things." Like, I feel like I've achieved nothing over the last like year and a half. I feel like I've achieved absolutely fucking nothing. And people are just like, possibly even over the last 3 years, and people are like, oh, but you've achieved a drag, you've done things like that. Yeah, we know what, I fucking compromised my drag so much over the last year to try and focus on getting my degree in the final, to finish off my dissertation for the last part, which I couldn't do because of shady shade. It's a whole other story. That now, my drag is fucking belly flopped. All my shows are fucking tired and old. And then it's because I got comfortable over this last year trying to just work my degree. If you get comfortable, you do not get the look. I've got a stagnant look, and I can't even wear fucking high heels because for these horrible ingrowing toenails which I have, which are healing up right now. And then, what do you know what this means? Okay, this and this one. Okay, I can't wear any shoes right now, but motherfucking Crocs. Okay, I am living in a garage in Norfolk with no degree, having to do resits, while all my friends go off and have a fabulous time in London, go travelling or do some shit like that, and I'm just here being a fucking retard, talking to the camera because there's nobody else around, more or less. But I did buy one thing to cheer me up. See? I had some work done. This currently, right now, is the best thing in my entire life. Oh! So, what reasons do you have for waking up in the morning? Mine's a silicone boob that pops out if you get too enthusiastic. And the green face in front of this camera.